Hi, Miss Noakes here, and I'm here to share with you one of my favorite books, Feathers by Jaqueline Woodson. Feathers takes place one snowy winter in the 1970s when everything had been the same for sixth grader Franny until one day. His coming into our classroom that morning was the only new thing. Everything else had been the same as it always been. The snow coming down, Miss Johnson looking out the window, then after a moment nodding, the class cheering, because she was going to let us go into the yard at lunchtime. It had been that way for days. And just then, before the lunch bell rang, he walked into our classroom. Stepped through the door, white and softly as snow. The class got quiet, and the boy reached into his pocket, pulling something out. "A note for you, Miss Johnson," the boy said, and the way his voice sounded all new and soft in the room made most of the class laugh out loud. But Miss Johnson gave us a look, and the class got quiet. Now isn't that the strangest thing, I thought, watching the boy. And so begins the relationship between Franny and a boy they called Jesus. So in this historical book, Jaqueline Woodson explores the themes of hope and belonging, community and family, and what it feels like to be the new kid and maybe someone who's always on the outside. Franny narrates the events of her life as a middle schooler at Price Elementary School, just after segregation ended, but before real change had come to her town. When he got to my desk, I looked up and I saw Jesus Boy looking at me. I couldn't tell what his face was trying to say. It just was blank and open and strange. I cut my eyes at him and opened my notebook, even though we didn't have to yet. Mabel sat right behind me. "That Jesus boy is always looking at you," she whispered. "Only what you would know is if you were always looking at him," I whispered back. I felt her poke me in the back, and I ignored it. So, Jesus Boy and Franny have some interactions and some adventures and just a lot of things that they learn from each other as well. The idea of change and listening to each other's differences helped Franny through some difficult times as she worries about her mom. She also has her brother who is deaf, and he often feels on the outside of things. And Franny feels in between two worlds as she navigates communication with others and also just navigates being his younger brother. So here is a moment with Franny and her brother. "Imagine," my brother signed. "Imagine if someone built a bridge right outside our window and we could walk across the highway and be on the other side." We sat together on the window seat, staring out at the wet snow, the gray sky, and the cars moving along the highway, tiny and slow in the distance. I was thinking about Jesus Boy. There weren't white people on the side of the highway. You didn't notice until one appeared, and then you saw all the brown and light brown everywhere, and then you started to wonder. The first time I asked Mama about it, she said, "They don't want to live over here." The way she said it made me wonder what was so wrong about our side of the highway. So that was a little clip to kind of see how Franny starts to kind of navigate these questions that she has about race and society and where she lives. Although this is a skinny novel, don't be fooled. The length is only 118 pages, but Feathers ponders a lot of emotional weight and also many lessons that can be learned by all ages. So if you're looking for a good book and you're in the Muir Library, please stop by and pick up Feathers. It